The air was thick with the smell of salt and fear. Detective Jack stared at the body pulled from the murky water. Another victim, another mark.
The young woman's face was pale, her eyes wide open and staring into nothingness. Her lifeless hand clutched a silver locket, a faint echo of the life cruelly snatched away.
On the pier, someone had painted a grotesque smiley face, its grin mocking the tragedy. Jack felt a familiar surge of anger, a potent mix of frustration and sorrow. He had seen this before, the same haunting symbol, the same watery grave. This was no coincidence.
He traced the curve of the smiley face with his eyes, its crudely drawn lines seeming to taunt him. 2 victims, 2 messages. The killer was toying with him, leaving a macabre trail of death in his wake.
Back at the station, the fluorescent lights buzzed, mirroring the tension thrumming in Jack's veins. He slammed down the file on his desk, the sound echoing in the otherwise quiet room.
Another one, Jack?
Detective Grant, a seasoned officer with eyes that held the weight of countless investigations, walked in, his gaze falling on the file.
Same MO, same damn smiley face. This can't be a coincidence.
Grant pulled up a chair, his face etched with concern.
Reminds me of the Garcia case from a few years back. Same kind of drowning, same creepy calling card.
The Garcia case went cold,
Jack said, a knot of unease forming in his stomach. He had been a rookie then, the memory of the unsolved murders still fresh in his mind. Jack spent the next few days consumed by the case, the victims' faces blurring in his dreams. Maria Santos, a young artist, and now Sarah Cruz, a schoolteacher. 2 seemingly unconnected lives, yet bound by the same tragic fate.
He pored over the files, searching for any connection, any thread that could lead him to the killer. He scoured their social media, their phone records, their lives laid bare before him.
Just when he was about to give in to despair, he found it. A seemingly insignificant detail, a shared connection that sent a shiver down his spine. Both victims had visited the same bar, the Blue Oyster, just days before their deaths.
A surge of adrenaline shot through him. Could this be the link he had been searching for? Was the killer stalking his victims at the Blue Oyster, choosing them like lambs for slaughter? He needed to visit the bar, to breathe in the air, to understand what his victims had encountered.
The Blue Oyster was a dive bar, shrouded in a perpetual gloom. The air hung heavy with the smell of stale beer and unfulfilled dreams.
Bartender, they used to come in sometimes for a drink after work, seemed like nice girls. Did they meet anyone? Did you notice anyone paying them unwanted attention? Bartender. There was this one guy, a regular. Always kept to himself, but he seemed to watch them, especially Maria. Did you get a good look at him? Bartender? Not really. But I remember he was wearing a jacket, a police jacket.
Jack's blood ran cold. A police jacket. The realization hit him like a physical blow. The killer wasn't just toying with him, he was sending him a message. A chilling message that spoke of a predator hiding in plain sight. The smiley face wasn't just a mark of the killer, it was a taunt, a chilling reminder that he was always one step ahead, watching him, daring him to catch him. As he walked away from the Blue Oyster, the city lights blurring in the rain, Jack knew that this was far from over. The killer was still out there, lurking in the shadows, and he had a feeling that this was only the beginning. The game had just begun, and the stakes were higher than ever.